October Red, I'm here with the man himself, Jack Catterall. Welcome back, finally. I was there for the first fight. We go again.
We go again. 2 years later, coming up to 2 years. It'll be longer than 2 years by the time we square off. But it's exciting and it's a relief to have it over the line. And it's a fight that I can get up for, and it's a fight that I think it's caught everyone's appetite.
See, speaking about catching everyone's appetite, I was there the first time round. I saw when you dropped him. I saw your style. I saw you nullify all of his attributes in that fight. I saw the state of his face after the fight. I saw the disappointment when his hand was raised and not yours. The viewers that haven't seen that fight, the viewers that don't understand what this rematch means to you, sum it up for us.
It means a lot. It was frustrating at the time, arriving home without the belts, knowing that having them belts would have put me. I've been craving these big fights for years, so coming home with them belts would have put me straight back in big fights. It's frustrating, but listen, I'm not one to dwell on things. I live a good life, and I've got great company and people around me to support me. So we dust ourselves off and we get back in the ring. I think it's more of a relief now. We've got it over the line, and I'm getting asked day and day. I've had 2 fights since the fight, and it's got to be the same for Josh. When is it happening? It's happening April the 27th, and we can put it to bed.
I was one of those online that was keeping an eye on it. I've seen you pair going at it, and it was almost to the point of frustration. I was thinking, this isn't going to happen. We might as well just put it to the back of our heads. Then all of a sudden, the fight gets announced. How hard was it for you to keep that information back when you knew that you were doing all the bits behind the scenes and it was more or less finalised?
You know what? It was a funny one because I was never overconfident.
Really?
And I'm still not confident he wants the fight. I think I've cornered him. Me, Sam, and the public have cornered him because you talk about going up, fighting Crawford, fighting Errol Spence. Them options are not there anymore. You got beat off Lopez. We understand how boxing works. You come down a couple pegs. Thank you. So you go again. So whatever offers have come from Top Rank, they're obviously not as lucrative or as exciting as this fight, because this fight's a domestic fight that captures everybody's opinion, appetite. So I think it really frustrates the life out of him. He's got to fight me again. I'm realistic. I know that there's no immediate fight for the world title for me. The titles are tied up. There's routes to them. Or there's a fight with Taylor. Of course I want a big fight with Taylor. He's been the undisputed in the division. I want to beat him conclusively and move on. For him, he don't want to fight Jack from Chorley. He wants to go to the States and fight Crawford, but he can't.
Cornering someone in, speaking to all the different promoters. I think Eddie said everyone was practically in the mix because they wanted this to be pay-per-view. When you're sat down with your team and it came to that decision making, what was it that made you say, you know what, I'm going to go with Matchroom, I'm going to go with Eddie? Because I saw you with Boxer. That was where it was supposed to happen. Yeah. There's a process to this.
You know what, it's a frustrating process, and that's the business side of it, and I'm fortunate enough to have a great manager in Sam, and he deals with all that. But as far as it being on DAZN, I'm happy it's on DAZN. Eddie's kept me active. These last year I had 2 fights, two good fights, 2 rebuilding fights. And ultimately, it wouldn't have bothered me where the fight landed. It was just about getting the fight on. It's on DAZN, it's in the UK, it's in Leeds. It feels good.
Someone that stays in the gym, obviously, you've been with your trainer, Jamie Moore, from the beginning. Somebody that knows you very well. When you look at the tape, or when you look at Josh Taylor, I was saying to Cameron Vong earlier, your gym is a gym that I'd say not just focuses on power, knocking people out. Your gym concentrates on IQ, the boxing brain, being able to figure somebody out. When you watch the fights that Josh Taylor's had, obviously you've been in there with him, do you think that you're going to have to make many adjustments to secure that? When I say unanimous, it's either a stoppage or it's that obvious, there's no grey area?
Yeah, I think everybody's in a rematch or in a fight, you've got to make adjustments. I look at the fight. Of course, I think I beat him last time, but there was also a lot to improve on. So I watched the fight back. I know that I can be better. I've got to do better. I look at the very, very, very small pockets of success that Josh had, and I've got to eliminate every one of them. And I've got to be, and when we talk about ring IQ and breaking fights down, unless you're a prime Mike Tyson, you've got to have the IQ to find them openings and them gaps to then get the knockout.
people are saying, you know, you hear the comments on the internet that they believe that you've got his number and also that he's coming towards the end of his career. Does that frustrate you? Because when you were, you know, both at your prime, that you didn't get that decision then, or it's like it doesn't matter to you, you don't see that? I mean, your words.
Yeah, listen, it'd have been nice to walk home with them belts. It didn't happen, and I can't control any of that. I can control how I feel about it,
Yeah.
which is ultimately you put it in a box, you dismiss it, and you move on. There's going to be more fights to come and big nights, and we're here now, so that's all my focus is on, really.
I know you say that, you know, this is all your focus is on. We've had plenty of fights that should have happened, that could happen, and that don't happen. Talk to me about being in that privileged position where after all of the frustration, you know, everything that's gone with it, that you are getting this fight done. It is happening.
Yeah, very, very, very grateful to be in this position. I know a lot of tremendous fighters up and down the country who don't get that dance partner,
Yep.
who for one reason or another don't get in the position to fight and headline shows. So to have a dance partner, to be backed by DAZN, to be fit and well enough to get in the ring and fight, it's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling for all of us. You definitely brought out the crowd with you today. Unfortunately, I wasn't in Scotland, but I've heard from credible sources that the Manchester lot, Chorley lot, were a lot more lively.
Yeah, you know what? It was. There was a few boos yesterday, but I took a lot of pictures and I got a lot of support yesterday.
I can believe that.
Yeah, and you know what? But definitely it was a lot louder today, and he's. I think it's reiterated it to Josh that how divided people are on the opinion about the fight, and his character certainly doesn't. His name certainly doesn't carry any weight where I live.
We absolutely love it. Save the date, April the 27th, live on Matchroom, DAZN. One not to be missed.
One not to be missed. I've been in the gym. I am in the gym. I'm preparing. I'm training hard. We've finally got the date, the venue locked in. So all that's left to do is beat him up.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.